Let's begin with the landmark opioid trial that began this week in Oklahoma. Jonah?
It really is a landmark trial because this is a part of the opioid crisis where the local governments, the entities that represent anywhere from cities, towns, states, counties, are fighting back against the drug manufacturers and the drug distributors, the companies that distribute these drugs, blaming them not just for the opioid crisis, but really the effect of the opioid crisis. Blaming them and saying, by your marketing these and telling people you're not going to be addicted to them, that this is the right pain, blaming them basically that they've had to spend so much of their own budgets on the police investigating crimes related to whether it's smuggling these drugs or overdosing, so much money to first responders, firefighters who are answering, with the Narcan, which is the antidote to some of these overdoses, mental health facilities, anything and everything that the counties, the cities, their own local budgets and entities have had to do. They are saying, we've spent so much money on this. We want you, the drug company and the drug distributor, to pay us back. Throughout the country, there are more than 1,400 individual governments that have sued something like more than 20 different entities. Again, you're talking about Purdue Pharma, Teva Pharmaceuticals, Johnson & Johnson, some of the big makers of these drugs like OxyContin, but also AmerisourceBergen, Cardinal Health. These are the companies, again, McKesson, that distribute the drugs. In North Carolina, there are more than 60 counties and cities that are suing.
And Attorney General Stein.
And Attorney General Stein. So again, and this goes from some of the big counties to something like Jones County, which is one of the smallest counties in eastern North Carolina. They have only something like 10 or 11,000 residents, but they have spent 60% of their budget. 60% of their budget, not on parks, not on senior programs, not on anything for the good and welfare of everyone, but 60% of their budget on fighting the crimes and treating people related to opioids. And this includes, by the way, fentanyl, if you're exposed to it, which is a synthetic opioid, very dangerous. It's actually exposed some of their own sheriff's deputies. They've been sick. And if you take them out, then where are the other sheriff's deputies who are answering the other calls, whether it be assaults, domestic violence, something else, where citizens rely on them?